REM was another band that took it on the chin from the hardcore faithful when they signed a big record deal. They began on a tiny independent label called Hibtone. That led to a deal with a bigger indie called IRS, and between 1982 and 1985, REM released 5 albums through IRS. And during that time, they evolved from this frat boy campus band to this erudite, well-respected leaders in the hard-to-please indie community. Each new album sold better than the one before. But by 1987, REM came to the realization that they had done just about everything they could while remaining an indie band. At the same time, lots of major labels were always at the door with offers of big contracts, and this was absolutely agonizing. REM knew that if they signed one of these big deals, that they risked disappointing or even losing their core audience. But if they didn't make the move, their career was headed for a stall. Let me read you this quote from Peter Buck. In our own case, REM is always trying to figure out where the line is between commerce and what we do because it means something to us. We tend to bend over backwards to avoid commercial moves because we're afraid of diluting the essence of the band, but we also realize that we're part of the machine. Like many other bands, we started out doing something we love, learned that it could be something that makes money, and now we have to decide what the difference is between doing it for its own sake and doing it because it's a potentially profitable career. And again, in REM's defense, they wanted off the endless indie band treadmill of recording and touring and recording and touring and recording and touring. Nobody wanted to be on the road for months and months at a time anymore, only to have to go back into the studio and make another record. A big deal would allow them to slow down and take their time to make better music. So it came to pass that on April 8th, 1988, REM signed with Warner Brothers and took home a $6 million check. Here's what Michael Stipe said at the time. IRS's distribution, their ability to get REM albums into record stores, had gone as far as it could, and it was time to move on to someone who could get the records out worldwide. Translation? Look, we make music so that it can be heard by as many people as possible. What's wrong with that? At least they had a sense of humor about the whole thing. Why do you think that first record for Warner Brothers was called Green?